Yo, what is up guys? Janda Atkinson here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be filming a Q&A video. Recently I posted a post onto Instagram regarding questions that people should ask me for this video. I uploaded it like about a week ago. I couldn't get out to riding tonight because it's really rainy and the weather's just so bad. I have a cold from it. So Q&A is like the perfect video for today. I'll go all the way back up to the top. And the first question is by _Kobe Connor, or Kobe O'Connor, sorry. And it is, what would you do if you didn't scooter? I don't really think about this much, but if I didn't ride scooters, I'd probably be playing footy, because I used to play footy before I started riding scooters. I really enjoyed it heaps. I just, just the routine of like training, playing games on the weekend, meeting new people, like, just, I don't know, it's like a good, sort of like scooter riding. You have your homies that you ride with, it's like a team that you play with. You go out to new skate parks and meet new people, which is like versing a different team in football, I guess. But yeah, footy is definitely one of my things I would do if I wasn't scooter riding. Definitely. That's a good question, by the way. Next question is by the name's Tyler, and the question is, where in the world would you go? Where in the world would you like to go if you could hang out with anyone you wanted to? Who would you pick? If I could go anywhere in the world, it would be Woodward Indoor Skate Park, or Woodward Skate Park, like any one of the Woodwards. But like for a scooter rider, that's way too much of a typical answer, so I won't choose Woodward. That is the top one, but underneath Woodward, I'd really love to go to probably Dubai, because I've seen some crazy good skate parks there, and they're so good looking and well built, and they're huge. I don't know, I really want to go to Dubai. And the second part of this question was, if you could hang out with anyone you wanted to, who would you pick? And that would be Justin Bieber. I'm actually wearing his merch right now. Justin Bieber represent. I love Justin Bieber. Alright, next question is by Kai James 05, and it was, what started your scooter career? Back a while ago, I think it was like 2011, I got my first scooter. I was in primary school. I was Razor Pro, just like every other person these days that rides scooters for a while. Like, Razor Pros were, I had those, I had T-bars. Back when I started riding, I lived up in a place called Echuca. It's up in the country, and the skate park is like up in the country. The skate park there was really small. It was literally just a bank, a spine, and 3/4, and a whole bunch of rails. That was where I started scooter riding. And the nearest skate park wasn't like 30 kilometers away, so like all the skate parks there was separated. So I wasn't really motivated to ride because I didn't know anyone starting out. Didn't know what to do. I didn't know any other scooter riders, like professional scooter riders. No, I didn't know anyone. Didn't know nothing about scooter riding. But what got me into scooter riding was my family. They bought me the scooter. They encouraged me to go to the skate park. They would take me there and like say like, oh, if you drop down the ramp, I'll buy you something. And like, a little kid, that convinced me. So yeah, that sort of just got my scooter riding like career started. The next question is by the name's J.M. Meyer. Sorry if I get your names wrong, guys, the same. And he said, did you originally want to be sponsored by Grit or a different company, or who else would you ride for? Well, to be honest, I've always sort of just rode Grit scooters. Like back when they first came out, a lot like the Razor Ultra Pros. They're like the head tube was circle and not like the design we have today. But Grit's always just been like a dream sponsor, I guess. But there has been a couple of companies along the way that I did take interest in, but I didn't really go anywhere with that. But I'm happy with where I'm at with Grit, and the support they give me is just incredible. And I'd like to say a big thanks to Brett for all that stuff. For all the support, all the love. Always hooking me up with the best scooters in the world. Thank you. Next question is by @Mikey the Car Guy. And his question is, are you going to try a triple flare one day? Next question is by Alex._.Neshna, and it was, what was your first sponsor? My first sponsor was like a clothing company, and they weren't even like a real company. They were called, their name was Opal Clothing, and that was so bad. They wasn't even like, they didn't make anything, they just had designs and stuff, and they said they would sponsor me, and I was like so happy. But Opal Clothing, that was the name. It's actually funny, like thinking back on it. It's the funniest thing ever. Next question was by that same guy, and it's, are you an OG? Damn right I'm an OG. Next question is by @DarcyWilson05, and his question is, what has been your worst crash? Personally, like, I haven't actually had like a crazy enough crash to say I've had a worst crash, but my worst injury was, I did a flare bar back at my local skate park when I was like first learning them. I did a flare bar, came down, landed on my foot wrong, where I dislocated my toe. That hurt a lot. Like back then I hadn't broken or fractured anything, so it was like the first time experiencing a injury, really. And I went to the doctors, went to the hospital and stuff, and my freaking doctor tried fixing my toe, like putting it back into place. He couldn't even do it, and it's still dislocated to this day. And the next question is by @DylanBMX, and his question is, what are your thoughts on Josh_B_Scoot? My thoughts on that guy is, he is so he's so attention seeking, and he doesn't have good haircuts, and he complains all the time, and he eats too much Maccas. Nah, I'm joking. He's pretty talented. He has nice style on scooter riding, makes and films and edits good scooter videos. And if you like him, go check him out. The link to his YouTube will be in my description, so check down there below in the description. Next question is by Jared Rose 21, and it's, can you sign my forehead? Yes, I can come and sign your forehead. His next question by Jared Rose 21, what's your best trick? My best trick? I don't have a best trick. I have a favourite trick, and that's leg wrap bar or 540 flare. Yeah, so that's my favourite trick. I don't really have a best trick. I can't really give a best trick. I've done complicated tricks like bar bri. Yeah, I don't have a best trick though. Next question was by Charlie_Coltish. What was your first scooter? Like earlier, I said I had a Razor, but I didn't go into much detail. But my first scooter was a Razor. Like it was chrome, had this plain black grip tape. I had these things called Mr. T bars. It's like, Mr. T, him. They made bars called Mr. T bars. No, T bars are purple. I had the red urethane on blue core yak wheels, like back in the day. Everyone from back in the day will know what I'm talking about. The yak wheels were a thing back then. They were crazy good, everyone got them, because they're like the only good wheels you could actually buy. But yeah, that was my first setup. A Razor with purple Mr. T bars and red and blue yak wheels. The next question is by Flair at Flair Grip, and the question is: if you weren't sponsored by Grip, who would you ride for? I don't really know Envy, I guess, not because Envy is one of the most popular scooter brands in the world, but only because, besides from Grit, I've rode many Envy scooters. They're light, they don't really always suit my style, but they're light, and depending on parts, yeah, it does suit my style. But probably Envy or Mag Gear, because I've always ridden Mag Gear, Envy, and Grit. It's like the three scooters I've ever ridden. No other deck or anything, just those brands. Those brands, Grit or Envy is the answer here. Mag Gear or Envy. The next question is by at Kane_Jones101, and what's your dream sponsor? My dream sponsor would be T-Fox brand. The next question is by Michael.Yates Cluster. Why didn't you double flare tonight? I didn't do a double flare because I ripped my pants doing a different trick, and you could see them everywhere. What my pants was not meant to show. It showed everywhere. I didn't want to do a double flare like that. Next question is by Crystal_Scoot17. Do you like chicken? Yes, I love chicken. And her next question is favorite scooter brand. My favorite scooter brand is Grit. And then her next question is best trick. I don't have a best trick, but I'm going to try and think of one. Buttercup. Question is by at Waddy101010.5. Which skate park do you prefer, Shed or Fest? Ramp Fest. And then I got a question from at Ramp Fest. Do you rather have legs as long as fingers or fingers as long as legs? I would have legs as long as fingers. The next question is by Nick.Giorgio. What is your favourite sport, and did you ever play a team sport when you were younger? My favourite sport is definitely football, like AFL. I don't mind soccer and AFL. And when I was younger, I played for a lot of teams, local teams up in Echuca, Moama for football. And they were like the highlight of my younger childhood. Before scooter riding, AFL was like my life. At Alex_Doze_stuff is I am loving your vlog. Good job, mate. His next question is, if you won't ride for Grit, what scooter would you ride? Envy or Mag Gear? When is your next edit coming out? Hopefully before the end of this year. Street or park? Park. Wood or concrete? Metal. Next question is by BlakeyBoy321. Thoughts on the fight between Scooter Brad and Dylan Morrison? Bracket if you saw it, bracket punch emoji. To be honest, it was weak. It was weak. It was really weak. There was nothing. It was weak. It was very weak. He's at Lachlan_Photois said, who is better, you or Josh? Better at what? But definitely Josh. At Aiden.Rogan commented, who inspired you to ride? The person who inspired me to ride was my cousin. He no longer rides scooters, but he was really talented back when he rode. He visited me one time in Echuca. He had his scooter. He could like do tail flat, double tail flat and stuff when I couldn't even bunny hop. and just watching him achieve like just small things like that back when I couldn't even imagine doing them really inspired me just to try and do stuff that I wouldn't imagine being able to be done. And I don't know, like my cousin was definitely a big person, like a big inspiration to me being where I am today. So thank you. A massive thank you to my cousin Jaren for that. Next question is, how did you get on grit? By underscore scooter underscore 07 underscore. And like, it's just like, I didn't get on grit. I was like, it's a long story. Next question is by @ChristianWilliams9, and do you support AFL? If so, what team do you go for? I do support football. I have for many years, longer than scooter riding. I do go for a team, and it is Collingwood. And the next question is by Official Maddox MTA. And the question is, if you could skate at any indoor or outdoor skate park with whoever you want, who and which park would it be? Earlier I said I would hang out with Justin Bieber and I would go to any skate park in Dubai, but I wasn't specific. This question is asking me, where would I go and with who would I go with? I'm not going to say Woodward because once again that's a very typical answer. If I could go to any skate park in the world with anyone, I would take either my brother or my best friend Josh Barrientos, and we would ride. Far out, it's hard. I'd probably ride Rush Skate Park. That skate park was crazy good. Like, there's two whole sections, I think. I've never been there. From videos that I've seen, it looks like there's two sections. There's a section with like, there's an orange ball and banks. It's hard to explain, but it's a good skate park. I would go there with Josh or my brother. And the last question is by @Sam_Podbury. And how long have you been riding for? And how did you start? Well, I first got my scooter in 2011, which was 6 years ago. I started riding, like doing tricks, about a year into riding. So I've had a scooter for 6 years. I've been riding for about 5 in total. And I started riding scooters because, as I mentioned, I played footy. It was like this footy season was over for the year. I had nothing to do besides hang out with my mates, and like my family suggested that, like, you know, besides from playing PlayStation, because I used to do that a lot, find something else to do with the time during the holidays when I'm not playing footy. As I mentioned about my cousin riding scooters, my cousin rode scooters, I mentioned that earlier. He told me he had a scooter, and he told me I should get one, but like that didn't make me get one. Like I got one because my family just went out and bought one without me knowing, and there was like 2 like scooter shops within Echuca, so it was easy for them to go get one. They got one. I went down the skate park, wasn't really any people there. The first day I started riding, so I had a little bit of a cruise around, didn't go down any ramps or nothing. Then a couple months in, like I eventually learned how to go down ramps. I learned how to jump the spine there. If I can find a video of me or just anywhere of that skate park from back then, I'll show you guys. But for now, that's the end of the Q&A question. The Q&A. Thank you all. Thank you to everyone that commented questions. I appreciate it so much. I might do another Q&A in like 4 months time. I'll do one later on in the future. I've been really slack on YouTube uploads lately. It's because my laptop is unable to edit with, so I'm saving up for a new MacBook, which I should have within 2 weeks. So I'll definitely start uploading within 2 weeks. A lot more YouTube videos, that's why I haven't been able to do that. But also, eventually within like a month or two, I'll have the new GoPro Hero 5. So I'll be able to self-film clips of the GoPro, as well as like just on my normal camera that I'm using right now. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you did like this video, or if you were satisfied with your answer, leave a thumbs up. Even if you didn't leave me an answer, you can follow me on Instagram at Janda. So next time I do a Q&A, you can comment, and you might get the opportunity. And if you didn't leave an answer, you can follow me on Instagram at Janda right there somewhere. So next time I upload a picture to Instagram saying we're doing a Q&A video, you can comment and have your question in the next Q&A. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember to smash that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Go down in the description below and check out anything I've left in there, such as Josh's YouTube channel and past videos at that first skate park where I started riding, my Instagram, all that stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. See you in the next upload.